What's going on, everyone, and welcome into Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got Gretzky Betskis and Franco the Banker. Our penultimate team in the Metropolitan Division, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins. According to Sidney Crosby, he wouldn't be on this team if he didn't think they could compete. Betsky, they finished with 80 points last year, 7th in the Metropolitan Division. They do make a ton of changes. New head coach, Connor Clifton comes in. Shelovs, Brazeau, Monta, Witherspoon. A lot of roster overhaul.
Wow, yeah. I didn't even realize that they brought in Anthony Mantha. Oh, gosh.
Dumba, Caleb Jones.
Clifton. That's crazy. I mean, this team looks like it would be so good if it was 2016.
Back when we thought Dumba was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a star for the Minnesota Wild.
Crazy.
When their top player was Mikko Koivu.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this team, this is
and Eric Stahl.
Yeah. I guess just initial thoughts. Do you think this team? Are you buying what Crosby's selling?
It's really crazy the amount of star power on this team still, though. I mean, Malkin, Crosby, and Erik Karlsson and Letang on one team is just crazy still. Even though I know they're all getting older and they're getting beyond their prime, but still. And then Raquel and Rust are very good wingers. I think every single team in the league would be happy to add any of them, especially if you're a cup contender. But even a team like the Blackhawks or San Jose, who want to hope their young players develop and get better, could use either of those guys. And that leads me to my next point of I expect almost everybody worth a damn on this roster to be gone. This is destiny.
Fire sale,
this
baby.
Is destiny. If the Penguins don't get McKenna to complete the cycle of Lemieux into Crosby into McKenna, then the world is going to get hit by an asteroid the day after the draft, and we're all going extinct. So hope that they tank so hard that they get McKenna.
No. I wonder what that's on DraftKings.
I'd rather the extinction. They've had enough, damn it. They've had enough. Screw this team. Let them wallow in misery for a while.
Yeah, they do lose Grzelcyk, Nedeljkovic, Joseph, Franco. Thoughts on the Penguins? It should be – I mean, they had 80 points last year. Missed the playoffs. Their season points this year is at 78.5. They think this team is going to somehow get even worse despite all this roster overhaul.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see that drop off as far as the point projections. I think they agree with what Betsky said. I mean, this is probably one of the, if you had to put money on like the teams that would tank purposely to get McKenna, like this would be one of the top teams to do it, I think. Now, you do bring in Shelovs, who's definitely an upgrade over Nedeljkovic, I think at least. Jari still, who knows what we got there.
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of like came back on, though, at the end of the season, right? Like they sent him down.
Like a true goalie.
Yeah, like the roller coaster is real.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe these goaltenders will steal games for them, and they'll win enough games, and they'll just be they'll be out on the McKenna. They'll finish like 11th worst. That would be good. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the lucky spot last season.
Oh yeah. Well, you know those ping pong balls are gonna fall a certain way.
Oh yeah. The way
the combination. Yeah. Somehow it's going to come down to Pittsburgh.
The steel ball. The steel ping pong ball.
It's got to be magnets.
Just clanking around.
Yeah.
Hey, why does that one look different? No, it's fine. It's a Panda commercial.
All right. Any other thoughts on this roster before we get into some team futures?
It's going to be really interesting because Crosby has already stronged his will to force this ownership group to keep the band together 2 years ago. And I mean, if he wants them to still try to be competitive, I think he probably has a louder voice with ownership than the GM.
I mean,
So
he was feisty this offseason.
Yes, he continually is not accepting that a team he can be on can finally just not be good anymore because it wasn't constructed to be good for 30 years. I mean, I personally would absolutely love to see him go to the Avalanche, despite being a Utah fan, despite that being in the West. There would just be something really magical about him and McKinnon on the same team, and I think for him to have one more true shot at the cup would be really fun. And I feel like moving him and letting him have a long playoff run is taking Lassie out for one last walk and then putting her down.
What do you think the odds are?
Old Yeller is the dog I was actually trying to think of. But.
What do you think the odds are of that happening, though? Seriously, the rumors have been almost.
I thought for sure last year was happening. To be honest,
is he just down with the ship? Is he just going to be a Penguins?
I mean, we've seen this with Shane Doan did it. I mean, plenty of players have done it, but it gets ugly at the end if you don't do it, or if you decide to go down with the ship.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've seen way more players move. I mean, look at Ray Bork. He thought he would never leave.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like it's got to happen at some point. It's just you wonder when.
I think the best thing that they could do is force Letang to move or Malkin to move. Send Malkin to the Capitals and Letang to Toronto, and just get Crosby to that point. And then, I mean, make sure Russ needs to go early. Yeah, I mean that he needs to go to Vancouver.
I think Russ and Raquel are the most likely trade.
Yes,
me too. And this team looks
it's going to look really bad. It's going to look really bad. Right now, it looks kind of okay. I could see some scoring happening. I don't know about much defense.
I think last season I had this argument that they got too many big name superstars that could have a little magic, and it's they look. I mean, a lot of people are talking about them being awful, but if Jari has a decent season and everybody shows up, this isn't a terrible team on paper, and it kind of feels like the exact same situation, but a year older. And I was obviously wrong last season, so I would not double down, and especially with what's at stake here.
80 points last year. Season points total 78.5 on DraftKings, 75.5 on FanDuel, 6-1 to make the playoffs, minus 1,000 for no. Any of those team futures interest you guys?
No. I mean, I guess under on the points.
70.
But man, they set
that
that too damn tight.
Yeah.
The 70.5 looks a little bit better than the 75.5.
Yeah.
You'd rather go under 78.5 than over 75.5.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if they do just fire sale, I mean, this team could be historically bad in a couple months.
Yeah.
It's just whether, what happens, does if Crosby really forces the hand and makes them stay and makes them keep the players, this team's just they're going to be in that middle of this division with the Islanders.
Towards the bottom.
No, they'll be with the Islanders, I think. Honestly,
I do too.
That type of team. Maybe below them, but
they have $12.9 million in cap space.
Imagine if they go out and acquire somebody.
They're not.
Instead of selling. That would be so stupid.
What it means is they can both Rust and Raquel are at 5. Crosby, of course, is at 8.7. He has one more year after this year. Malkin is a free agent after this season. I'm looking at EK's at $10 million. Letang's at 6. You can move anybody and retain half, and not even bat an eye.
No, it seems like they're gearing up for a retool.
Yeah, that's what makes the most sense.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Retool. I think this is
Rebuild.
This is going to
Rebuild.
Rebuild. Even if they get McKenna, this is going to be a long one.
Yeah. Koivunen, 35-1 for the Calder. He is on that second line with Malkin and Mantha. That's the only award that I would really consider for the Penguins. Any buyers, both sellers?
I'm not buying that again after McGroarty was on the first line going into last year. And
yeah,
I think he's banged up now too. I saw something about him yesterday.
There's nothing here for the awards.
Player futures, Crosby at 84.5, Tristan Jari at 15.5 wins. 15.5 wins. He had 16 last year in 36 games played, 19 and 51 the year before, and then in 2022-2023, he had 24 wins in 47 games played.
Wow.
That's so low, man.
That over
seems low.
Yeah, that over seems very, very nice, but man.
I mean, they've already set a standard that they can just send him down to the AHL, so.
Yeah.
That would be my worry. I don't mind the Crosby over, to be honest with you. 84.5, like.
Yeah.
I mean, his question's always been health just in general, but I feel like he's been relatively healthy the last couple of seasons, so. And he's a guy that is going, regardless of what shit is around him, if they can move players, like he's such a player that imposes his will regardless of what he has around him, that I don't think he cares.
Don't forget when he's on the top power play unit with Makar and McKinnon.
Yeah.
He could get 84 points in the last third of the season.
Crosby, the recent press conference, fired up from there. He's 38 right now, but to your point,
don't make it sound like that's old.
For NHL terms, it is. Not in real life. For NHL terms,
that's really old, dude.
But
yeah, I know. No, that's crazy.
Crosby over 84.5 points, minus 115. Crosby 90-plus points at plus 210 on FanDuel. This is my who do you think you are, I am bet. Crosby pissed off. Ovechkin got his flowers last year. Crosby comes back this season. He had 91 last year in 80 games played, 94 before that, 93 before that. I think he's got one more in him. I think Crosby, this is his kind of final push with this team. If things don't go well, I think maybe we do see him move, but I think this is kind of his flag planting year of saying, in terms of the debate between Crosby and Ovechkin, I think we see a masterclass from Sid this year.
All right. I like that. And you know what? I have let me get my Bob Ross afro going on here.
We haven't had one of these yet.
Let me paint you a picture.
All right.
Crosby will not be traded this year, despite all the rumors, despite Dubas gutting this team and moving Rust and Raquel, and even Crosby's good friend Malkin has moved. Letang will stay. Lottery happens. The big steel Pittsburgh ball gets pulled. McKenna going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Crosby stays to mentor McKenna and retires.
At 40, 2 years.
At 40, but he waits until August 7th of 2027 to do that. Because of the number thing that he's obsessed with.
I hate your painting.
So Crosby retires as a Penguin, but after this year, and he goes on the whole who do you think you are, I am tour to show that he's the better of the two between him and Ovechkin. He sticks around one last year to mentor the next coming of Crosby. And he gets everything he's ever wanted.
Yeah. I mean, 90-plus points, plus 210 on FanDuel, plus 150 on DraftKings.
Does he have like
We're just talking about value.
Hit? Like, is he like 80 points away from being in the top 5 of all time scoring, or is he already there?
That's a good point. I didn't even kind of do my research on that. I just kind of was looking at his past stats, and I was like, watched the press conference where he was a little pissy, and I was like, this is a Crosby masterclass this season.
How crazy would it be if him and Ovechkin are just tearing it up this last year, like Ovechkin's last year, right?
Before CSKA Moscow.
Oh, no.
Yeah. if the two of them are just like tearing it up, like going back and forth each night, it's like I could see that it would be so stupid. But
yeah, I got to get my my KHL
is,
futures in for next season when Malkin and Ovechkin join.
I already want to bet KHL with Daniel Sprong being over there now. I saw a video the other day of him scoring a hat trick.
In spring?
Get your Sprong KHL jersey. Yeah. That would be a good one to have.
All right, you ready for this?
Another painting?
No,
just one episode.
His career marks.
Yeah.
All right.
He is only like 36 points away from toppling Mario Lemieux for the 8th most in points of all time. He is 163 points away from being in the top 5 and knocking Ron Francis out of it. In 2 seasons,
former Penguin.
That means it would be 84 points a season.
Well, he needs to put in work this year then. He can't be messing around only putting up like 70 or 80 this year. So
yeah, if he puts up 70, it's like done.
It's dead.
Yeah.
But
I think that 90 bet looks good
the next year.
That 90 bet looks good, man. At plus 210.
I told you the plus 210. Who do you think you are? I am bet of the year.
It's like Obi has done his thing, and
he got his flowers.
Add the goal total, make it harder for Austin Matthews to get it.
Sid's gonna want to spite him.
Sid could get into the top 5 point total of all time.
It's happening.
Yeah, that's the bet.
Oh, wait,
90 plus points.
I'm sorry, I did this wrong. He has even less. I did Gordie Howe.
Less to get there?
He only needs 111.
Perfect. This is a year, and then next year he's going
to get 111.
You get as much, just like Ovi did. You get as much as you can this year. So then next year, if you're injured or whatever, you only need 20 or whatever. Or you get 111 points this year and just do it.
Yeah, not jumping ahead, but
Bill O'Reilly, fuck it, we'll do it live.
How crazy would that be?
We have a crystal ball right now, and that's the future.
What's Crosby 100 points at? That's what I want to know. Do they even offer that?
I'll look that up, but not jumping ahead here, but Ovechkin's point total this season's at 60.5. That's so low, it's insane. He's only missed once in his career. He's only had less than 60 points once in his career in a full season.
They think
that's insane. They know
he's just drinking beer. Like that's what he's been doing all off season.
Yeah,
Philadelphia is making the playoffs.
Crosby for 100. 90 points plus 210. Let me see what it is for 100 points here before we wrap this up.
Plus 550 on FanDuel.
That might be a sprinkle as well.
I'm sprinkling it. What the hell, man? We didn't think Ovechkin was going to score 40 goals last year.
No.
That was impossible going into the season.
All right. We want to thank everyone for listening to today's episode of Expected Bets 4. Be sure to like this video and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. You can also follow us on social media at Expected Bets 4 on Twitter and on Instagram. Once more, we appreciate everyone for listening, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya.